video you're about to see is a practical life activity for a toddler, and it is going to be building and taking things apart. And I chose a flashlight. And so in the video you're going to see that my flashlight starts already built and complete, and you'll see me talk about the flashlight. What does it do? I talk about the button, you turn it on, the flashlight turns on, turn it off, the flashlight turns off. And then you'll see me taking the flashlight apart and dumping the batteries out. And I really like this flashlight to use because the batteries are the chunky batteries and it's easier for the child to manipulate them and to also see the positive and the negative signs on the batteries. And so what you're gonna see me do is to dump out the batteries and then examine the batteries and explain that the batteries give the flashlight energy. And then we will put the flashlight cap back on and try to turn the light on and notice that it doesn't work anymore without the batteries. And then we put it back together again. And inside, it's hard to see on camera, but it's much clearer in person. Inside we look for the positive negative sign, and I explained to the child that the sign inside the flashlight is telling me that the positive sign needs to go on top. And so we find the positive side and we drop it in, and we do the same thing with the other battery, and we build the flashlight again and show that the flashlight works now, that the batteries are back in. And then I offer the flashlight to the child to take apart and put back together again. And this is a great practical life activity, and it is wonderful for your child's hand-eye coordination, but also their ability to follow a sequence of steps. We talk about just like with the sponge work, when they're squeezing the sponge, if you squeeze a dry sponge, nothing's gonna happen. If you squeeze a sponge after it's been in the water is gonna pour out just like you intended. Same thing with this. If you don't put the batteries in, or if you do this out of order, you only put one battery in, something different's gonna happen. So yeah, this is great, and I think that in my experience, the toddlers really enjoy being able to build something that has a function. And and don't feel like you have to have like this specific flashlight, or find something similar. I know some flashlights, the bottom part comes off instead, or sometimes you put the batteries in a container or canister first, and then that canister gets dropped in. That's also fine. It's just explaining to your child how it works and the sequence of steps that they're going to take to get it to function again, and really understanding the object in its whole. So, okay, thanks guys. This is a flashlight. This is the button. When I push the button on, the light shows. When I push the button off, the light turns off. Let's open this and see what's inside. These are batteries. These help the flashlight shine its light. It gives it energy. Do you notice the positive and the negative sign? Do you notice the positive and the negative sign inside the flashlight? Let's put the flashlight back together again. Without the batteries, let's see if the light will turn on. The flashlight needs the batteries to shine its light. Let's put the batteries back in. The flashlight says the positive needs to go on top. Let's turn the flashlight back on and see if it will work. Now you try to take the flashlight apart and put it back together again.